This year's NFL head coaching cycle was insane, and of all the guys that got a new job, the New England Patriots signing of Mike Vrabel was the best hire.
You're hired.
You asked for it and we delivered. It's Fan Friday, and you, the fans, chose today's topic for point of view. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. Let us know who you think was the best head coaching hire. Ben Johnson to the Bears is way up near the top of the list, but I gotta give the title of best hire to the Patriots for locking down Mike Vrabel to lead the squad into the new era. He was one of the most sought-after candidates by teams with a vacancy, and for very good reasons. After his 14 NFL-year career, he got his first head coaching job with the Tennessee Titans after one season as Houston's defensive coordinator. And in his first season at the helm, he pulled off a 9-7 record with Marcus Mariota as his quarterback and Derrick Henry as his only real offensive weapon. And things only went up from there. He led the Titans to the playoffs in 3 straight seasons for the first time since the franchise was still the Houston Oilers. They also had a 12-win season for the first time since 2008 and reached the AFC Championship for the first time since 2002. He did all of that with Ryan Tannehill under center. Obviously, credit to Henry for some of the offensive success, but Vrabel still managed to do a lot with very little, and he was rewarded with Coach of the Year nod in 2021. While that is a great accomplishment, that might not even be his best as a coach. At Vrabel's introductory press conference with the Patriots, owner Robert Kraft mentioned possibly the most memorable moment of Vrabel's coaching career.
You know, I might remind everyone in this room in 2019, he beat us right here in the playoffs. It was Tommy's last game as a Patriot, and then he went on to Baltimore and beat the Ravens there, who were the #1 seed. And then in 2021, he finished with the best record in the AFC, 12-5, and it was the #1 team.
Sorry to bring back bad memories, Pats fans, but after all your Super Bowl wins with Brady, I think you'll be just fine. And come on, you gotta admit that ending the greatest dynasty in NFL history is a pretty cool moment to have on your coaching resume. It's that kind of success that makes me believe he's going to be considered one of the best coaches in the league once again, especially because he landed with the Patriots. Of course, he played 8 of his 14 seasons in the NFL with the Pats and won 3 Super Bowls, so he understands the culture necessary to win not just one championship, but a whole boatload of them. And it sounds like even though he's been away from New England for a while now, he hasn't forgot what made those Super Bowl teams click. Here's his answer when asked what made that era special.
The banners that hang in our stadium, they're not going to help us win, but I think it's a great reminder of what it takes to win and the type of people that you have to have in the organization, the selflessness, and the work and the sacrifice that you have to make. So to me, those are great reminders of what it takes. Just because those banners hang, that's not going to give us an advantage on the field, but it's going to give us a blueprint on how hard we need to work and the things that we need to do to be successful.
I don't know how you could hear that as a Pats fan and not have confidence that he's going to be great for your franchise. If he was able to make the freaking Titans relevant for all those years, I think he'll be just fine in New England. But I also realize besides wins and losses, his tenure will heavily rely on the development of Drake Maye, who took some huge strides this past season. Because Vrabel's not particularly known as a QB whisperer, as more of a defensive coach, his offensive coordinator hire was going to be paramount to the future success. But before we talk about that, here are the results of this week's poll question. Thanks to everyone who voted. Look out for another question on Monday. Now back to the OC hire. In my opinion, Vrabel nailed that by bringing Josh McDaniel back into the fold. That should go a long way towards May avoiding the revolving door that Mac Jones experienced with his play callers during his time in New England. And though McDaniel's time as the head coach of the Raiders didn't pan out, he's still a highly respected offensive mind who spent the past few months studying new and modern concepts at the college level. He'll be as sharp as ever, and his success will be just as much Vrabel's success. So when it comes to the best head coaching hire during this NFL cycle, Mike Vrabel takes the crown. He's the closest guy to Bill Belichick that the Pats could hire and has the best chance to build a new dynasty in New England. But to build a dynasty, you're going to need a few superstars that the Pats just currently don't have. And one of their biggest needs is pass rush. So why not see if you could pry away Myles Garrett or Max Crosby from their teams? For more on who the Pats should trade for between those 2 game records, check out this past episode of Point of View. Enjoy the weekend. We hope to see you again next Tuesday.